Only about a mile in. Kind of have a steep climb up to this short, flat part. And up ahead, in the next mile, there's a couple campsites and a stream crossing. And then a little bit farther, I'll join up with the other trail. I took the short, steep part, and then onward and upward. Tired? I can got my first glimpse of snow up there, and there's no one out here but me. I saw two dudes at the trailhead, an old guy and a younger guy, and they were both going. They were hiking on the Rainbow Trail, which is like 100-mile trail that goes all the way basically down the, I think the east side of the Sangres, kind of more at the base of the mountains, and it's more flat. It's not flat, but it's more flat than this. And then there's all these offshoots that go up these glacially cut valleys up to these alpine areas. And that's what I'm doing. But yeah, one guy was going south on the Rainbow and one guy was going north on the Rainbow. So there's no one here. There's no boot prints. There was one other car in the lot when I got there, but it's very isolated, and it's a very thick forest. Just super thick. And in this section, there's a lot of standing deadwood, and there's also a lot of down trees. Not in the trail, really. There was one blocking the trail that I had to go around, but the trail's clear. And yeah, I'm about to come up to the river. I can hear it, stream/river. It was running high last week because of the melt off, and we'll see what it's like in a minute. Damn delicious. Mountain meadow. Butterflies and everything. Here we are at the river crossing. Creek. It's a creek. It's not a stream. It's not a river. It's Swift Creek. And the question is, do I take off my shoes or do I not take off my shoes? I think that's navigable without getting wet and without taking off my shoes. And without dropping my phone in the water. Strike one. This looks pretty shady. I mean, we've got 2 logs to stand on. It's not bad. Whoa! Yeah, that was an almost. That was an almost. Okay. Piece of cake. Little spur trail here. Oh yeah. That is raging waterfall. I just came up a steep part. It's not I'm not quite past it, but we're yeah, headed up into a new valley, like a hanging valley up here. It is hailing. I don't know if you can see that. Little hailstones. But the cloud, I mean, there's blue skies up there. Like, it's just like this one big cloud above me that is gonna, I'm gonna move out from under it here in a couple minutes, but kind of funny. Changing conditions in the mountains. It was like 80 degrees and sunny and hot at the trailhead. And it's like 15 degrees cooler up here, as expected. And it got dark and spooky, and now it's hailing. Oh, look at that. A waterfall up there. It's pretty sweet. All right, onward and upward. It's not the first time I've been hailed on in the Sange de Christo range, that's for sure. Coming down Lindsay, never forget that day. Trying to, almost got, like, couldn't cross the Huerfano, is that it? The Huerfano? It was complete and total flood stage. We were soaked through to the bone, even with rain gear. And yeah, that was fun. Well, the sun came out. There's my storm that just hit. And look at this dead forest. That's like 80% dead. Oh, I don't know if the upper lakes are like, I think they're in there, or if they're up in there. But one thing's for sure, it's up. I don't know if I'm gonna make it today. but we're gonna try. And this looks like a good spot for a rest. It's a big camp up here. I just passed the junction with that other trail, and I ran into an older couple. First people I've seen today up here. Wow, look at this. Not exactly leave no trace, but what? This is like a firewood structure thing. I don't know. Great camp though. Close to the water. Yeah, this older couple, talked to him for a minute, and yeah, they said I was close. I'd done the lion's share of it. It's like 2 more miles or something. And I looked at the map. I think I've got like another 800 feet vert or something like that. So it's steady going up. What do you know? I made it to a boulder field. That's a spread eagle peak right there, I'm told. Behind the trees. Oh, who named that one? That is Spread Eagle Peak. And look at the fold here. The folded rock is incredible. I'll be darned. A rocky trail that goes upward. I did hit some switchbacks a ways back. Just up that boulder field, really. I'm gonna have to stop recording until I get to the lake because my phone's only at about 10%. My phone's at 10%, but I just turned it back on because about 50 yards back I saw a fresh moose print, a moose track, and there was a baby moose track there as well. And I just saw something move up ahead, and I think it was a deer, but I'm not sure what it was. It looked like it was bounding away. It looked kind of like a brown something, a brown furry something bounding away that was large. Like it wasn't no squirrel. I don't want to see a moose, mama. It was right here. And it's gone. And here we are at the lake. Oh, there's a person here. Hello. How are you guys?
You alright with dogs?
Yeah, totally. Lake of the Clouds. It's big. I don't know what those peaks are. Down we go. Here at the trail junction. That's where I came up. That's where I went. That's the other trail that's longer. This is the, I can't remember what it's called. The Swift Creek Trail from the something G something trailhead. What's the, I can't remember it. Yeah, we got a little thunderstorm in the distance. I think that's east of me though, so hopefully it's headed east. And that couple that I was talking to at the lake had just proposed to her like minutes before I showed up, which was awesome. I took their picture and I filmed a little bit at the lake, but I kind of wanted to give them their space, and I talked to them for a minute. They were nice folks from Greeley. Yeah, so I didn't do a long video at the lake, but I did make it up there. And now I headed down. I don't know what time it is, probably about 2 o'clock. Probably reach the car around 4. Hoping I can get into some water too still today. And it doesn't get too dark and stormy and cold, but we'll see how it feels down below. I just crossed the stream again. The creek, Swift Creek. And I'm on the relatively flat part here, which is nice. It's a lot warmer down here. I've already descended probably 1,000 feet. Just kind of, it's different, when you're alone. I'm struck by how different it is, the experience. You notice different things. I feel like you notice more things because you're not having conversation, and you also go way deep into your mind, and it's just a completely and totally different experience. Don't get me wrong, I love trekking and hiking and camping and traveling with friends. Has its own special flavor, but the solo mish is also something special. Something that I gotta remember that, to keep doing it, because when you're down there, the motivation wanes. And each year it wanes a little more, it seems. A little harder to get excited about it. Alright, I'm back in the car, and that's another successful day hike. I just left the Gibson Creek trailhead. I think it's called Gibson Creek, or Gibson, I think. My phone died during that last clip, so I just got it back on. And I am headed into town to get gas in Westcliff. It's stormy, but I never did get wet. Those storms were east of me, and they are still east. So I need to get into some cold water, and I am tired and hungry and scratched up, and I am on the way to get into, after I get gas, some cold water, and then I am going to eat a burger. I think I did about, I don't know how far I went today. I think I did about 10 miles and 2,500 vertical feet. That was the Gibson Creek trailhead to the Lake of the Clouds via the Swift Creek. Amazing hike. Shout out to Bill and Megan, if you're watching this, or even if you're not. I wouldn't be out here if it weren't for you guys. And that was a good one, good day hike, another successful one. And I hope to be back in this area next week for another. So we'll see you then.